Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the James Brown Podcast. I'm your host, Raj, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Spencer.
Hello, everybody.
You had, whiplash. What was that?
Your good morning was very shocking to me.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
How's the cough?
I still have it. It comes and goes, but hopefully I'll be able to dodge the microphone enough that you won't even know. I could also just edit it out, but we're too real for that, you know?
It comes and goes?
Too raw.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
We barely edit anything.
What month is it? December, right?
What day is it?
So,
what month is it?
And we're episode 32 now.
Of what?
Of this podcast.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
We are rapidly approaching our 1-year anniversary.
It was in January, wasn't it?
I thought it was in February. We should check up on that.
We should probably.
But
I think it was February.
It's
when we did our first ever podcast on Samurai Flamenco.
Yeah. So
what a crazy one to talk about.
Also, man, that was a rickety podcast.
Yeah, it was rough.
When you go back and listen to it, it was bad.
We're so rookie.
Yeah, we're not as natural as we are now.
We're all natural, boys.
We need to do something for 1 year.
Like what?
I don't know.
Do another live podcast?
Oh, we could do that. Do a live stream. Yeah, let's do that.
And then we could try to have fan feedback again. Yeah. That's kind of nice.
Okay, we'll do a live stream for 1 year.
Because I graduated, not high school, university. I finished my degree. So I'm done, and I have so much free time. It's not even funny. It's great.
The jealousy is real.
Hey, man, your life is like jealousy-inducing almost all the time.
I'm almost done this semester anyway.
You have till April, right?
I don't know anymore. I'm pretty demoralized.
Why?
Let me tell you something. So the semester I'm in right now is notorious for being the most difficult semester in the program I'm in for my degree. And I'm doing really well. I'm passing everything with flying colors. I've had half my exams so far completely aced, and my final project's going really well. But here's the thing. So to graduate in your final semester, you have the entire semester to do a practicum. And what a practicum is basically is a big project. And in the project, you're supposed to demonstrate everything you've learned in the last 4 years somehow. So I had a meeting, my entire class and then another class, because I'm doing the Bachelor's of Technology, and it splits into two. There's the game development, which is what I'm doing. And then there's the basically network and security, which is the other one. People who want real jobs. So, so the two basically sets of students from those programs had a meeting. And then they were telling us about the practicum that everybody has to do. Everybody has to do something else, something different. And naturally, the game development kids usually do. I call us kids, but we're not. We usually do games because, that's where our specialty is supposed to be. Yeah, you never would have guessed. And she says, games are judged more harshly than anything else. You have to make something that's never been made before, ever. And I'm like, what? She's like, you have to innovate. I was like, okay, that's pretty generic. You got to tell me what that means. And she said, you got to do something that's never been done. You have to make something that's never been made. And then already I was like, oh, this doesn't sound good. I don't like where this is going. And then she threw the stats at me. Only 2% pass.
Freaking 2%?
Only 2% managed to pass within the allotted time frame. The majority have to take it again. You have 3 chances to do the practicum. Each chance costs you about $1,600. And if you fail it 3 times, you're kicked out for good.
What?
And you lose your degree.
Oh.
So needless to say, any plans I had for winter vacation now no longer exist. And anything and everything I will be doing after the semester involves this practicum.
Well, so much for you saying you'll be chill. You'll be like a panicked mess when you're trying to hang out with us.
I have 3 due dates. There's a graduation due date, which is April, which is what I'm aiming for. There's the you'll graduate, but you won't get to go to graduation due date, which is in May. And then there's the 2016 due date, which is the last chance you get.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but I don't want to work on this for an entire year.
No.
I want to finish in 4 months. So, stress is starting to build up slightly for something that I haven't even started working on yet. Oh, the worst part is you have to make a proposal. You have to tell them everything you're going to do, and then you have to hand it to them. They give you your approval or disapproval within 2 weeks. If they disapprove, you have to start all over. But if you wait for them to approve before you start working, you won't have enough time to finish in April. So she said, start working with the assumption you'll be approved. Otherwise, you'll never finish in the first place.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel your stress. I think the only time I was ever that stressed in university was when I took an online Japanese course. And I was just bombing. It's hard. Like, what was I thinking? Sitting by myself trying to learn Japanese, right? Some otaku kid like, oh, I know Japanese. I mean, I aced all the listening stuff. I could listen like a beast. But I mean, speaking it, okay. Writing it, what the heck is going on here? Okay, so it was difficult. Needless to say, you needed to pass the exam in order to pass the course. And I was like, what the heck's the point of the whole course? If you fail the exam, because the exam was only worth like 20% or something. But if you failed it, you'd fail the course. They would just auto-fail you. Because they probably then assumed that you were cheating the whole time online, right?
Okay.
So anyways, I got 51% on that exam. 51 frickin' percent. And I'm sitting there with my phone in hand crying. I was like, like the relief and panic and just the reality that I could have had to do that whole 3 credits again. Okay, but you multiply that by 1,000,000 or 1,000,000 gajillion.
The looks on my classmates, like we went in there joking and like we're excited. We were talking about the games we were going to make. But then after that, there were actually no smiles. Like we were all pretty downcast and we're pretty worried because 2% out of a class of 20, 2%, 2 of us are going to finish.
Or is that, no, that's
or something like that. I'm really bad at math. I'm sorry.
Man, well, it might be 2. Or it might be even just 1.
God.
You're close. I mean, can't go any lower than 1. Can you?
I don't. This is going to be rough. The worst part is...
No, 10% of 20 is 2.
Right.
Barely 1 person will pass. What the heck kind of stat is that? That's complete garbage.
I refuse to fail, Spencer. There's going to be a lot of days where I'm going to be holed up somewhere working, and it's going to suck.
You know what I think it's time for? A reality escape. Let's talk about anime.
Okay.
This got pretty heavy pretty fast. I'm kind of sad. Oh, by the way, before we start anime, very quickly, it's on the topic of anime. I'm in my end of university anime movie binge. So I don't think I've updated my mal to tell you guys what movies I've watched. But if you know of any movie, okay, I'm just gonna list some that isn't any. It's Ghibli, right? That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard someone say Gibble once, and I was like, what the... Okay, anyway, so any Ghibli movie, I've watched it, don't worry about it. I've seen Summer Wars, it messes up my computer. It has an IR blaster that it could pause the recording. Anyways, I've seen Summer Wars, I've seen, what is it? The Voice of Lost Children, I've seen, Wolf Children, I've seen, Summer with... Koi or Fui? The one with the Kappa thing. So pretty much I've seen those movies. I've probably seen more, but if you guys could really talk about any movies that you found to be spectacular that I should maybe watch on my break here, that'd be great. Just let me know. Throw names out there. Obscure the better, and Spencer approved would be nice. Okay, let's get started.
Parasyte the Maxim, episode 10, What Mad Universe.
I think they missed an article.
Yeah.
Or is it What Mad Universe? Like, this is normal.
What Mad Universe? What a Mad Universe?
What a mad world?
Yeah. So Shimare got owned by Super Sawamura Rock Throw. Or I guess it was more of a Furia Rock Throw than a Sawamura Rock Throw. But I don't know if it happened to you, but it happened to me, where when he tossed it, Sawamura's grunt played in my head and I just heard him yell. And then when he killed him, I was like, Yosh. You got him.
Yosh. This episode was awesome, in my opinion. One, because Yuko, freaking dumbest character, like...
She kind of redeemed herself.
She killed 17 people.
Right.
She killed 17 people. Can we just put that out there?
She doesn't know that, though.
That if she had just kept her freaking mouth shut, they wouldn't have died.
It's true. And these are high school kids, too.
Like, high school kids. Kids who have a whole life to live ahead of them. And Yuko, because of her stupidity, killed 17 people.
But she did jump out of a window like a boss. I was impressed.
I have absolutely no respect for Yuko. Sorry.
Well, she's a dumbass.
She's dumb.
You know what does make sense is that Murano calls her by her first name. Shinichi doesn't, but they're childhood friends. So you'd think Shinichi would call her by her first name.
Shinichi was a pansy until he got Super Spider-Man vision. Oh, by the way, Levi is reading the manga.
Why?
Because he's at work all the time.
Okay.
And he doesn't have any time to watch the series. So he's watching, he says it's almost identical, except Shinichi never had glasses.
Oh.
So that was weird.
I guess they wanted the full Spider-Man effect.
Yeah, I guess so, hey. So, in this episode, I really like the idea, or what they did to Shimada.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Like, they burned his outer skin so that he got stuck in attack mode. That makes sense. And I like how Miggy's like, or was it Shinichi that was asking, is this Shimada's fault? Like, is he doing this on purpose kind of thing? But they had to kill him.
Yeah, they had to stop him. It really frustrated me how long it took Shinichi to get to Shimada. He was walking so slow. And then, like, eventually he broke into a run and he's like, where is he, Miguel? Like, why weren't you running in the first place, you idiot? People are dying. You're the only one who can save them. Just do something.
But I loved his boss Murano save.
It was cool, but I hate the fact that that's what it took for her to like him again. Bull. What a dumb way to fall in love.
I think it's a pretty legit way. He found her, jumped out 3 stories, and then over top of
I
like
just
a
don't like
baseball
her anymore.
cage.
I don't like Murano anymore.
No,
I have no interest.
We're full into the
Kana.
Kana boat, man.
Kana best girl.
Kana best girl.
But Murano, she's useless. And those 2 guys who are with her are stupid. Oh, you walk through a bunch of dead bodies, you're a monster. We're gonna run and get killed. He's like, it's safe the way it's safe, let's not go that way. Let's go the other way.
Okay, so 15 people died because of Yuko. 2 people died because they're dumb.
so
okay, and then apparently scientists are now in on the whole thing.
Oh yeah, so pulling hair is a good idea. It would never become a fad. Absolutely never. Nobody would do that for fun.
No one would do it for fun. I have no idea how the government swung the knowledge that they pushed. Because what does it matter? Like, what if somebody pulled out somebody's hair and it wiggles? Maybe they said they have cancer or something. Like, you should tell your doctor immediately.
Well, more likely they would just kill them.
But my issue with this is that pulling hair out is a mutual, like, I guess they made it a mutual thing. So if the parasite gets his hair pulled out and it starts wiggling, like, unless the parasite doesn't know that that's what happens, they're going to kill the person who just pulled their hair out.
Yeah.
Because their identity got found. So, like, that's endangering millions of people.
Yeah, but it's a way to track him down, pretty much.
Well, I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. Classic Parasite style where they just kind of do whatever they want, but...
So Miki's getting cuter.
Yeah, he's got feet now.
It's weird, but I like it. He's adorable. And that's never something I thought I would say when it comes to him.
I'm really excited for next week. I don't really know where it's going to go, but I'm totally a fan of more hardcore Shinichi. Give me more.
Yeah. Give me more.
It's like his hair is standing more up and up as it goes on.
Slowly becoming a Super Saiyan.
It's becoming a Super Saiyan.
Fate Stay Night, Episode 8, Winter Days Where the Heart Is.
So that Tosaka love, hey? What?
I think you back to the training with Saber, and I hate Emiya. He's such an asshole.
Why?
He's so stupid. So this girl is giving her all to train you in her way of the sword. And then you're like, you know what, I'd rather copy Archer. Someone who's not teaching me, I'm just going to copy a style and won't learn properly. Instead of learning the style from a master who's in front of me and can teach me all the intricacies. Emiya's an idiot.
And then she leaves, and he's like, 2 swords.
Yeah, dude, he goes Kirito's like, I'm going to dual wield now. What if...
So rude.
I had to hold myself back from calling him something that I shouldn't have said. I'm glad I didn't say it. So he's an idiot. I don't like Emiya. More furthering my theory that Tosaka should be the main character of the series. But, so, yeah, that Tosaka loving, that typical Soon love.
Yeah. But she's not being that.
Roof.
Yeah, she's not really being that soon later on. Like when she was actually having dinner or lunch with him. I'm screwing up. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, when they were actually having lunch together, she was, pretty obvious that she likes him a lot.
He's like, I don't know why he's still being careful around her now, because he's never been careful before. And she's like, sit next to me, and he sits like the furthest possible.
I don't think he doesn't do girls very well, obviously.
I don't know, he lives with 3 of them.
Okay, I don't understand this. I hate the dense protagonist.
I told you, Emmy is a terrible character.
I just hate the dense protagonist mold, the trope that they put over dudes in anime. I hate it.
Yep.
No guy is that oblivious at all.
It's true. Plus, he obviously has a thing for Sakura.
Yeah, obviously. No, well, childhood friends, sort of.
Are they childhood friends? I don't think so.
Okay, speaking of Sakura,
He ran to her.
was it in this episode where Ryder got wrecked?
Oh, yeah, she got owned.
Like, what?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
in the opening sequence and everything.
So 2 things about this episode. First of all, the summoning of Saber was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh my god. And it actually shows how this show uses CG both well and terribly, because that CG was fantastic. And then you go to the stupid bone monsters, they look awful.
Yeah.
2, Tosaka is stupid in that she corners Shinji, right? And she's like, I'll shoot you if you don't tell me anything. And then he just runs. And she doesn't do anything. She doesn't even say anything. She just lets him talk. And what's funny about Shinji is that he starts his sentence and he doesn't finish it until he's outside the door. Yeah. And the door's closed where she can't hear him.
That's because he's a pansy.
It just made me laugh. But she should have just shot him in the leg so he couldn't move and then tortured him or something like that.
And she said something about him still having his marks.
Yeah, so he could theoretically summon again.
Mm-hmm. But he's a loser. Shinji, whatever. So Castor's clone was there, who's powerful enough to cause issues, but then not powerful enough to get wrecked by Saber immediately. And there's a 4th. I guess we got to find out who the 4th mage is. I think it's the president, Issei.
We don't know who Castor's guy is though.
It's probably Issei.
But he doesn't have anything on his hands.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't think
it's either Issei or that guy, the teacher who was talking to Issei before.
I think it's a teacher probably, or something like that.
Because they haven't shown anybody else at all.
Could be some random. Never know. That girl who has berserkers are random.
Yeah, but she got introduced afterwards, I guess. No one in the school has really popped except the Ayako girl who got owned by Shinji anyways. So.
And it just figures that almost every mage will be in the school.
Yeah, well, how stupid is that?
It's pretty dumb.
So far...
This series is showing its age in its writing.
Yeah, so far, we're looking at it, we're like, oh, okay. Like, the tropes that have become so plentiful now, I guess maybe weren't that plentiful back then.
I don't know.
But all I know is, like, the series is beautiful, but people saying best of winter... or best of fall,
People are saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're
completely
wrong.
Disagree. There's
absolutely wrong.
So much. Like, there's so many better series out right now. So many better series.
Best looking series, at least.
It is the best looking series that I've seen in a long time. Like, aside from 5 centimeters per second, like, the beauty of it. But it's definitely lacking in the story department. What's going on, honestly, is that we had this really cool idea of this grand holy war. Oh, wow, you're going to fight across... Nope. Everybody's in the school. In one area.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, that's kind of diminishing your... I don't know. Whatever. It's a good series, don't get me wrong, but it's just not as... I don't jump to click the button whenever I'm set. Like, it's out right now, and I'm going to watch it last.
Yeah,
probably.
I usually watch it last.
Or
I watch Ace first anyway.
Well, how late do you watch anime on Saturday?
I don't know, 8 or 9 p.m.?
Yeah, that makes sense. Ace doesn't come out until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I won't be able to watch Ace until, like, tomorrow. The blue balls are real.
Bahamut episode 7. Get a new episode name. God. Anti Part 3 Beyond the Storm.
Is it episode 7, though? I don't think I changed it.
Episode 8. Anti Beyond the Storm. It's probably episode 8. Spencer, you got to get your
Yeah,
act
it's probably
together.
episode 8.
Get your act together.
I did my best. Who the heck is Anate, anyways?
Anti.
So nothing happened in this episode, right?
Very little happened. Kaiser and what's-his-face, Favreau, became knights.
And they're best friends now.
Which is meaningless to Favreau. They're all buddy-buddy. Favreau and Ami are on her boat to go find her mom. Her dad is not actually her dad. He's just a guy who used to work with her mom. Her mom's the angel. Her dad's a demon. Don't know who her dad is. That's alright, though. Her mom's in the demon world, so she has to go save him. Azazel is dead. Beelzebub killed him. Beelzebub looks absolutely badass.
Yeah, he does.
He looks super cool.
He looks more cool than... Who's the other guy?
Lucifer?
Yeah, Lucifer.
Lucifer looks really pretty.
My question is, they're totally... Never mind. they're just totally butchering like the demons' names and stuff.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Satan is Lucifer.
Yeah.
In all other lore.
Right. But not in this world.
But Beelzebub legitimately is another demon.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also a little baby with green hair. Rides on Oga's back.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Dude, what if Beelzebub... What if these two anime were connected and then Beelzebub just grew up to be that?
Or like Oga comes out of freaking nowhere. Favor! I'd watch that cross.
I would. That would be pretty good.
You pretty much described the whole episode.
Yeah. I mean, plot-wise, nothing big happened other than the reveal that Beelzebub's behind everything. And that he's trying to kill Lucifer? Or, I mean, Satan or something like that?
Yeah.
He's trying to overtake everything? I don't know.
And then Joan Dark is still pretty OP, but she didn't really show that this episode. She's kind of relaxed, chill.
She's really pretty. The way she's drawn is, like, prettier than every other girl in the series.
Yeah.
Except for when Amira goes demon. Because then they like had a lot of gloss to her, which is weird. But
Amira just when they decided Amira's outfit after she first I was like, oh wow, she's pretty cute and everything. When they decided I was like, who the heck is that fugly girl?
Yeah, I know she's pretty ugly now.
Yeah, it's like what?
That stupid outfit. But now we know why she's the way she is. She's actually like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
She got forced grown up, and so she's totally everything makes sense now.
Yeah.
Favreau was dealing with a 5-year-old the whole time.
Kaiser's in love with a 5-year-old.
That's okay. You're okay with that.
No.
But her body's not 5.
I know.
The only reason that stuff's illegal is because their body's not okay and it would hurt. Anyways. What else is there?
KPs.
So that Bacchus guy keeps sneezing because everyone keeps talking about him, the chariot god guy.
Oh yeah, the god.
But I don't see why. I guess Kaiser has to, I don't think they're going to really hit on that, but Kaiser has to go talk to Bacchus in order to get his bounty hunter thing off. Why would you want that? Isn't its utility amazing?
I think it's like a sign of like someone who's poor.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But I mean,
it's so useful.
Yeah, I mean, the utilities are far greater than the reputation that you have to get rid of. I mean, you can turn people into freaking cards.
Yeah.
I'd want something like that.
So they're gonna go find her mom somewhere. Favreau's not happy about it because he lied again. You just can't say no to this girl. She doesn't believe him anymore, though. I like that.
Well, she's 5. A 5-year-old would lose your trust pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So the thing about this episode, or this series in general, is that it's flowing at a very good pace towards a direction that we have no idea about. So analysis is very thin. We see what we see every week, and then we kind of have to wait, because they're not dropping any hints. And I don't really know... Like, we can usually predict what happens in anime if it's following a normal trend, but I don't really know...
I have no idea where this is going.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't expect Azazel to get wrecked, but... Okay, speaking of demons and stuff...
7 Deadly Sins, so we're caught up to this series.
Yeah, we marathoned it.
This is really good. Oh boy, is it good. So...
It reminds me a whole lot of the art style found in Chrono Trigger or Dragon Ball Z, kind of the way that Meliodas' face is drawn. Like if you look at Chrono Trigger artwork, you'll understand what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
This show reminds me so much of Yu Yu Hakusho.
And Dragon Quest, sorry.
So it wasn't drawn by the same person.
What?
Yeah, they're all drawn by Akira Toriyama, aren't they? Pretty sure they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Because all of his characters look like from Dragon Ball Z, so he only has one art style. So good. Oh, so good. It just gives me that shonen adventure battle series feeling, which is our bread and butter, which, I mean, automatically means we're going to probably love it. And yes, please, OP Meliodas, thank you. OP Bond, yes. Elizabeth, who's not OP, but actually does stuff.
And likable?
She's not 100% useless.
Yeah.
She took a cane to the face and bit off a bell.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's not useless. That's cool.
Hawk, who is the leader of the leftover knights or something.
Okay, Hawk is super likable.
Hawk is awesome.
Even though he's just obviously a mascot character.
Yeah.
He's an awesome mascot character.
He's great. He's so funny. He's a guy, right? It's hard to tell from the voice.
I believe so. Then there's Diane, the gigantic, cutesy girl who just wants to be loved as a girl.
Yeah.
And then there's King, who is a fatty, skinny, sleepyhead.
I don't like King. I was waiting while I was watching this. I was like, eventually, a character's going to come that I don't like, but it hasn't happened yet, because I liked every character that showed up. And then King showed up, and I hate his guts.
I like King.
I absolutely despise him. But other than him, I love every character in the series so far. It's so good.
Okay, so pretty much, I don't know if you guys have watched Seven Deadly Sins yet, because we haven't covered it. So if you haven't, we just threw names out. We never really even spoiled anything. So this is spoiler time now if you haven't watched it. But we're going to pretty much review everything that happened in the last 9 episodes. So goodbye or hello. Okay, so pretty much Elizabeth is the daughter of the king who was wrecked by holy knights. Now there's this huge misconception sort of in the kingdom right now where holy knights are people who protect the people, but a lot of people already understand that they're a corrupt group of people trying to overtake the kingdom's throne. And so Elizabeth and her sisters, apparently, we haven't seen them yet, have come under the brunt of the attack of the Holy Knights, and her dad died, and Elizabeth booked it away into, like, she walked the whole country in...
We don't know if her dad's dead.
I thought he died. Like, I thought it showed that he died.
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
It just showed an explosion.
I thought he died. Oh well, doesn't matter. So she books it away, and wanders the whole kingdom in armor that she's totally uncomfortable with.
Rusty armor.
Rusty armor, and then she gets known as the Rusty Knight, which is pretty interesting. So she one day stumbles into a little blonde kid's bar, who I thought was the blonde kid from the opening. You know what I mean? I got so confused. There was a blonde kid and a old man walking down the aisle and said, "You're not going to be ready for this."
Oh. You thought that was it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
It looks completely different.
I know it does, but who is that kid then?
It's Meliodas, that's who.
No, who was the guy from the opening then?
He's the guy from episode 1 who comes knocking on his door.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Useless. I thought it was more exciting than that. Oh well, whatever. So, Meliodas is forever young. I don't know if he did the same thing that Bond did.
Forever young.
But...
I wanna be...
Dude,
forever young. Yeah.
Meliodas' skill is sweet. Full counter.
Full counter? I thought it was kind of lame, but alright.
Whatever, it's good for a leader. He's got a ton of hardcore people behind him. He can be full counter. He kind of waits in the sidelines for when the bad guys get really angry, and then full counters them, like he did to that girl in the underworld.
Yeah.
I like Diane's skill.
Like earth manipulation?
Yeah. And just being OP leaves.
That's pretty good.
Pretty strong.
Bond doesn't really have a skill, he's just immortal.
Yeah, he does. He's snatch. He can
Oh, yeah.
He can, grab things.
He steals crap.
And he has his nunchucks that can, grab things.
No, he doesn't not anymore. He hasn't used that since the flashback.
But he was pretty OP. Okay, so let's go. We're just going to go quickly cover our thoughts on the characters' backstories, because there's no point in linearly going over what happened. Pretty much Elizabeth meets up with Meliodas, and they're like, we need to gather the 7 deadly sins. So let's go. And apparently the boar hat bar is actually
for different
a boar
reasons.
hat bar.
Elizabeth wants to gather the 7 deadly sins to defeat the Holy Knights, because the sins themselves used to be Holy Knights, but they're dishonorably, I don't know, they were framed for doing something they didn't do, so they're dishonorably
They
hunted.
killed Gilthunder's dad, apparently.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
One of them might have, though. So Elizabeth wants their help to defeat the Holy Knights, take back the kingdom. Meliodas wants it for a different reason, which hasn't been revealed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's to find out who knocked him out and who killed Gilthunder. And
it's something to do with the promise he made and his broken blade and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's all tied together somehow, but we don't really know. But someone knocked him out, and I'm pretty sure someone we haven't met yet.
Diane is pretty much wholly in love with Meliodas and will follow him anywhere.
Yep, she's just doing whatever he wants.
And she likes being accepted, and she's accepted in this group, so she'll go anywhere.
Bond he'll do anything with Meliodas because Meliodas is fun, and Bond gets bored really easily. So he's just that kind of character.
He reminds me a lot of if Zorro and Sanji
merged. He's them put together.
Yeah, merged into one person. That's what I feel.
I think King is only doing this, well, he has 2 reasons. He's in love with Diane, and he's trying to, he's protecting Bond, though he doesn't need protection because he's immortal, from orders of his dead sister who Bond was in love with.
I mean, to be fair, she was 700 years old, so it's kind of the opposite of Amira. Small body, old age.
Yeah.
But, whatever floats her boat, right?
She's a lolly.
Okay, that was interesting. When Bond was trying to get the Fountain of Youth, and he kept getting wrecked by Elaine, but I was like, oh yeah, Bond's immortal, of course he won't die. But apparently he wasn't immortal.
No, he wasn't, he just got lucky.
This force kept saving him, right? So then, the series took a turn for the good when the demon appeared, I think. Because that opened up a whole new scope.
That made me really sad.
Yeah.
that Elaine got on. She got a hole in her stomach.
This series does not pull punches when it comes to violence, which is good.
Or sexual content.
Yeah.
Meliodas is a dirty old man.
Yeah.
He just keeps copying feels on Elizabeth, and she doesn't care. I
And
think
she doesn't care.
she's in love. Especially if you watch the opening.
Yeah, but that doesn't really have anything to do with love, though. I think she's just completely oblivious as
Maybe.
to the customs of her people.
I don't know. He did shove his face under her skirt and whatever.
Yeah, that was weird. And
what's funny is Diana was like, well, "You could grope me instead." He's like, "No, thanks, I'm good."
yeah, when they're in the dead world and he landed and she's holding him there and he's like, "Oh," she's like, "Why are you holding me so tight? I don't like. Can I move?" And he's like surrounded, but
He just doesn't care.
No. Poor Diane. So pretty much they're all together for their various reasons, and they fought a bunch of holy knights. One of the first holy knights that they ever fought was Gil Thunder, who was the son of the guy that all of the 7 deadly sins are apparently framed for killing. So he's raging.
He wants to kill Meliodas, but he also wants to kill them all.
Now he has a pretty unique thunder ability, whatever. He can control thunder.
I would say he's unique, but all right.
And he, in one of the earlier episodes, strikes down Meliodas after they meet Diane. Now they have to rush Meliodas to a nearby town that's apparently by the prison where Bon is being kept, which, okay, like Bon could escape at any time he wanted, but, so, Meliodas gets treated by a doctor in a bad way, poison, blah, 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 and we meet this one holy knight who's like this invisible, sneaky loser, who after Meliodas wakes up, beats the crap out of so many times that he runs away like a pansy.
Yep.
Which is, sad for him. Then there's Bug Girl, who controlled bugs, but then Diane squashed.
Well, she got defeated, so.
She squashed. And then she was still alive, kind of, but I think Diane got rid of her. And then we have Manipulative Ruin guy. And
Well, these characters don't matter. They're not going to come back.
no, I know, but I'm just telling. And this is
Why?
the Manipulative Ruin guy was where Elizabeth showed really cool.
Yeah, that's where she bit off the bell.
That was
like
really
a
cool.
boss.
Like Elizabeth really showed that she's committed to that, and that's what separates her from a likable protagonist or girl to a non-likable protagonist girl.
Yeah, the big difference, the reason I really like her, like we said, is because she's useful. She actually does things that they matter.
It puts her up to Nami level, sort of, like to a point where Nami's sort of useless.
I said Nami's useless again. I don't know why she's not doing anything anymore.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, she isn't doing anything. I don't know. Because the focus isn't on her, it's on other things.
So, speaking of Nami, and I'm actually not speaking of Nami at all, I'm going to talk about Naruto slightly.
What the?
They released a... God, I guess this is a spoiler. Spoiler warning for Naruto's ending, I guess. So, yeah, spoiler starting now. You remember how I told you how Naruto and Hinata got together in the end? So they released a date chapter, and it was so sweet, because he's going out with Hinata, right? And he's trying to figure out where to eat, but he doesn't have enough money for, like, good restaurants. So, like, he goes to a sign, and he's, like, all worried. And he does, like... And then she uses her Byakugan to look at his wallet, and she sees how much money he has, and she sees how, like, pricey the place is. She's like, oh, I want to go somewhere else. Let's not go here. I was like, oh, Hinata's such a good girlfriend. Oh, my God. She's such a sweet girl. Also, Sasuke and Sakura named their kid Salad. Not even kidding. Her name is Salad.
Why?
I don't know. Also, they're releasing a new Naruto series about Naruto's kid and Sasuke's kid. So Naruto GT's coming out. Basically,
Feels cash grab, man.
It feels like a cash grab. Even I don't remember who is it. It's not Kishimoto, right? Oh, it is a Kishimoto.
I don't know.
Whatever his name is. He's like, I have no time to rest. He actually said, I think I'm insane for starting to do this again after I just finished Naruto. But yeah, new series. Let's do this. But it's anime only.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay, I guess.
I don't know, though.
Anime only kind of goes haywire.
I don't know.
But if he's working closely with them, it should be fine.
He's doing it. So they have the movie that takes place after the last chapter, or second last chapter, and that bridges the gap. Then they're going to have the series. I think it's going to be a mini-series. I don't think it's going to be a full-fledged series.
I really want to, not really catch up on Naruto, but at least get enough information about Naruto so I can watch this new series.
You just have to watch a war arc.
Yeah. I could probably catch up to Naruto.
Or read
I could put that on my goal. I don't really care that I know the ending. I could just catch up to it. I could read through it. How many chapters are there?
600 something? 700 something?
That's not that
It's less than
bad.
One Piece. I caught up to One Piece in 2 weeks, so you should be fine.
I'll probably be able to catch up. Because I just want to be able to know the characters and everything just to join back into that
Naruto's
world.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So 7 Deadly Sins.
I just want to talk about quickly, I think Elizabeth might have a super healing power.
I think everybody does. Have you noticed? They're all healing. Meliodas' cut got healed. The doctor's stab wound got healed.
No, I mean, they were shocked at that. I think Elizabeth was the one who did those things to them.
Oh, you think she's the one who's healing people around her?
Well, because she touched Meliodas a bunch of times, and he's like, "Oh, touch me more," and then he got healed.
She did touch the doctor.
And then she did something to the doctor when no one was looking, and then...
I think she's doing it accidentally. I don't think she knows she's doing it.
Oh, I know she probably doesn't know, because she didn't heal her frickin' self for like a couple episodes.
So yeah, I guess that makes sense then. I didn't know why they were healing. I couldn't figure it out.
I thought it was Elizabeth. So at this point, we're at... we just found out that each of the 7 deadly sins, though OP as they are, also have sacred treasures.
Basically, they're weapons.
They're weapons.
Which makes sense, because Meliodas has been using a broken sword this entire time.
And they lost them, or sold them, or had them stolen, or stolen from them. So they stumbled upon Diane's pretty dang easily, because it's a giant freaking hammer that nobody can use.
Yep.
And now they're entering into a
martial
arts tournament with
typical battle series.
With a holy knight in order to find it. And you know what? I like the pacing in this series. It feels like a classic.
It feels
fast,
series. But it feels slow.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Well, I mean, we marathon nine episodes, so
maybe that's why it feels slow.
So this is a great addition to our coverage every week. It was really rushed for 9 episodes, but of course we were covering 9 episodes, right? So I'm excited for next week. I'm always like, it's a good motley crew, and I'm kind of sad that we have to watch it week by week now.
Yeah.
Do you know what day it comes out?
Sunday.
That's not bad. I mean, Akame Ga Kill is going to end soon. I have a feeling this is going to go on for a little while.
I hope so.
Is this based on a manga?
I don't want this to end at 12. Yeah, it is.
Is it a long-going manga?
I don't know.
I've never heard anything about it.
Neither have I.
I don't know why.
Log Horizon, Episode 9, The Changing Battlefield. So this is absolute bull. As somebody who plays MMOs, a raid boss is a really difficult boss. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to take up a lot of your time. It's supposed to take a lot of tactics. Like, think about bosses that we fought in Tales, right?
Yep.
They took a lot of tactics. They took a lot of time, a lot of healing. Now imagine having to fight 3 of them at the same time. Not gonna work.
You know, it's funny because I love this series for how realistic they make the dialogue between the characters. We've talked like that when playing video games.
Yeah.
And with that regard, we're like, okay, you guys need to back out. We need healing. Can you help? Like, the way they're talking about it, and they're like counting out the times. And Ray and you would always be like, okay, he's charging up his attack when he's like this. Okay, he's down. You can attack him. Like that stupid Rowan guy. When he was OP, we couldn't get to him, and he kept, freaking annoying. Anyways, I understand their pain. And then just getting completely destroyed by 3 raid bosses?
Absolutely
That's
unfair.
not fair.
So Shiro's death
was a lot
so much better.
So like a lot more interesting than
He actually had introverted analysis on himself. He reflected on everything. Akatsuki just kind of ran upstairs. Akatsuki's was beautiful, sure, but Shiro's was more meaningful than that.
It's so weird. We get so tricked by anime, by the art style, that we think it's normal, but they pull them back into the real world and they're drawn completely different.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And it's interesting because you're looking at them and I'm like, dang, he looks actually like a Japanese person.
Yeah.
And I was like, they do that? They can actually draw them like themselves? So then, they look like a little, Shiroi looks like a little Japanese kid.
Yeah, it looks pretty realistic.
And I'm like,
He also wears short shorts in the winter, which is weird.
Well,
does he not get cold? My first thought was put on a jacket, kid.
Maybe he's a bug catcher.
Oh.
Ooh. Anyways,
they're comfy and easy to wear.
Yeah. So he's sitting there reflecting, whatever. I'm like, he looks really different. Then they flashed back to Shiroi from Log, and I was like, ooh, his eyes are weird. But then, I don't know, it's weird. I find that really interesting, the art style change. So he goes back, pretty much the whole episode was flashing back to when he met with Akatsuki, which meant that we had to live through all the same stuff again. And then...
But now we had his context, which was nice.
Yeah, it was good. But it was sort of an episode that I wish there was another one afterwards so we could talk about more.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened.
Next episode's gonna be... This is the problem with next episode, at least from the preview, is that a lot of it's gonna be based on trying to convince everybody to keep trying. Because after a defeat like that, if I was in that group, I wouldn't want to go on, because 3 raid bosses is ridiculous. That's impossible. Legitimately impossible. In that game, might not be. It might be a way. Shiro might think of a way, but I wouldn't believe in it. So he's gonna have to try to convince everybody to keep going. And the problem is, we already know they succeed because he called Akatsuki at the end of the thing and said we're gonna try again.
Yeah.
So next episode's it's gonna be a wash, which sucks.
What? Like, you mean filler?
Yeah, it's gonna be worthless. We already know what's gonna happen.
You mean the one that came out today? Well, whatever. I guess I'll figure that out when you leave. Okay, so
So Chaika episode 9, the throne that invites war. This episode is what had all of the, god damn it, everyone who watched anime, everybody in the Anna Twitter universe, everybody on every forum, everything gave a resounding what the fuck when this happened. So Black Chaika, we kind of predicted this.
Yeah,
we predicted the revival of Gaz, and we predicted that he's going to take over the world. What we didn't, and what nobody could predict, is that a Black Chaika would eat his body parts, swirl in a circle, glow.
No, she wasn't eating him. Her vagina was eating them with weird tongues.
Explode, give birth so hard that her abdomen explodes and her spine goes flying. And then he resurrects as a young guy, the guy, not as a young person.
Like guy, you know guy?
Yeah, guy, Guy.
Guy.
He resurrects as Guy, who, like we predicted, Guy was Gaz, basically. And then he one-shots what's-his-face?
Yeah,
Heart again. And then he just grows into an old man instantly.
And everyone's like, ooh, because he can use all his abilities without a gundo, which means he's pretty much...
And no magic fuel.
He's pretty much like Dumbledore. He's pretty OP.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. And then he sits and he's like, Neva, my wand. And then, so I asked you if Neva could actually work on any Chaika who didn't use a gun.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
you said, yeah. No. Because he just grabs her by the hand. Now she's a gun in itself. Doesn't
and
equip.
he OP snipes. Like this, okay, they were building up the fact that they're like, we need to stop this flying fortress before it causes war. Stop it. And all of a sudden he's like, pew.
Yeah.
Boom. See you later.
And then satellites? They have satellites?
From space. I was like, oh, it's Aldino Zero. The landing castles.
Will justice be done through heaven's fall.
I was like, no, Mars. But anyways, now he's, apparently those, Nightfall castles were all created to gather people's feelings back in like the 1900s or whatever their world is.
It was like 5 years ago.
100 years ago.
No, was it?
Yeah, hundreds of years ago.
I thought it was 5 years ago.
100 years ago. 100%.
I thought the war just ended 5 years ago.
Yeah, but he had these 100 years ago. Remember, he was talking to some old guy, and he's like, yeah, I saw them when I was kids. Yeah. Anyway, so those things, he was like, bloop, see you later. They're in space. No one's going to see them, because this place is, this world is way too primitive to even go into space. And he's like, I got stuff in space. And so he sends one of his hundreds of castles. Like, there were hundreds of them in space. And he said, he's like, come. And it's like, pew. I was like, what the heck is happening? So, nothing.
They're in trouble.
Yeah. They're in huge. Akari and Toru can do absolutely nothing in the face of this at this point.
He's a god.
Yeah.
Also, even if he becomes a Dragoon Cavalier, no, it's not going to be enough.
I thought
it's too late.
I thought Dragoon Cavalier was OP.
Yeah,
I thought it was. No.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Not compared to what he is.
No, it's like beating, I don't know, Misty with your Ivysaur, and you're like, I'm hardcore. And then you get dropped into the Elite Four. And you're like, yeah, I'm so
That's what real
destroyed by whatever her name is with the ice. That's probably way too old of a reference for a lot of our...
No, I doubt it.
Pokemon Red? People hate Pokemon Red.
They're remakes, though.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Anyways.
I don't like Pokemon Red.
I don't honestly know what's going to happen.
Well, they're going to win. It's just the type of series that says, oh yeah, and then he revealed that a Chaika is basically a magical technique.
Well, we knew that already.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't... The way he described it didn't really make sense, but I understood what he was saying.
And White Chaika apparently looks the most like his actual fake daughter who he just kept around for the lulz.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. You look the most like the actual daughter that never existed. What? How does that work?
I don't know. But Heart Gang got wrecked. That was pretty funny.
He got owned, which
and what about the two black Chaikas? They're just going to chill?
They're just gonna chill.
And what about the hundreds of multicolored rainbow Chaikas?
But they're zombies.
Oh, they're puppets. But who's puppeting them?
Duh.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so now, but at least we got Akari Toru and the Master now on the same.
Heart Kid basically had a harem of Chaikas, and I want one of two things. I want either all the Chaikas to team up, and I mean all the puppet Chaikas, so we have a Chaika rainbow fighting Gaz, which would be awesome. Or two, I want Toru to have the harem of Chaikas.
All of them?
All of them. All the Chaikas.
Go big or go home, hey? But I mean, we got a pretty good team now. I mean, we got David and Nikolai, and we got Akari's master who's now probably on their side 100%. There's
his master got killed.
Once Frederica comes back to life, okay, then we got Toru and Frederica becoming Dragoon Masters or something, right?
Cavalier.
We also have the Red Chaika, her magician, and Davido. And
we got Vivi.
They're freaking screwed, man. None of those people have the power to do anything.
We have Vivi, and we have one-handed.
Yeah,
one-handed Gillette. He lost his sword hand. That's not good.
And the Gillette Squad. Pretty much all those.
Well, you said Nikolai and stuff.
Yeah, but there's the wolf dude, and then the girl who I thought was a guy with the glasses. I don't know. And we do have the Allied Army, but they're not going to get there fast enough. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they can't take gas. There's going to be some. They're probably going to go like what Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood did, and like he'll have a weakness where he can't contain all the Phala or something, and it'll start like pouring out of him.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, just like in FMA, you can't beat God, so they can't beat this guy. Something has to happen. We only have one episode left.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
It ends next episode, and that makes me really sad because I love Chaika so much.
I'm more sad about this ending than my degree ending. I'm such a loser.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, so you have to talk about this.
All right.
I have no idea what's happening.
So, as promised, I watched Sword Art Online, and I never thought I would say this. It's good. No. You heard me right. It's not okay. It's not all right. It's legitimately good. And I'll tell you exactly why it's good. And it's because Kirito is no longer the main character. Our main character is Asuna now. Kirito has been reduced to cameos. And it's so much better without him. He's such a bad character that just the removal of the cancer that is Kirito has made this series resurrect. It's so much better. So I'll start with the first episode. I watched episodes 19, 20, 21, which is basically the new arc. So episode 19 is Zekken. So basically, in the episodes that I didn't watch, Kirito obviously got Excalibur. Who cares? And then he fought some guy named Zekken, and he got owned. And I was like, Kirito lost. Thank God he actually didn't win something. This series is starting to get better. And so Asuna's like, oh, I want to try, because Kirito like hugged her or some crap and said, oh, you're stronger than me. And she's like, I'm not that strong, but whatever. She basically wanted to prove to herself that she can do it. So she goes to fight. This is so dumb. So when she goes to fight Zekken, Zekken's actually a girl. And then she goes to Kirito, she's like, oh, you didn't beat her because she's a girl and you can't fight girls. Like, really? They completely took away all credibility of this character instantly. Just because Kirito can't win because he's fighting a girl. Stupid.
Sexist.
And sexist. However, Zekken, aka Yuki, is actually really, really good. She's kind of like Kirito in the way she fights, but she's more acrobatic and uses one sword. And she has like a 14-hit combo, which is really pretty to look at. The animation in this anime is really good. Story, not so much. So basically what happens, Asuna fights Zekken, or Yuki, loses, but it's a close fight. And then she gets invited. God, Yuki's a girl, I keep forgetting. She uses the word Boku, so I keep thinking she's a dude. So Yuki asks Asuna to help her out. Basically, Yuki has a small party of 6 in total, with her included, and they're trying to fight a raid boss. And as we know, raid bosses take a lot more than one party. But the thing is, if you beat a raid boss with a single party, your names get etched on this stone that's forever in the game. But if it's multiple parties that fight it, only the leaders of the party get their name etched. And their party is disbanding in the spring for good, for reasons that are unknown and apparently really dark and scary. So they want to beat this raid boss, but they can't do it. So they get Asuna to come in. Asuna's having a bunch of problems at home. She's like, yeah, all right, I'll do it. So that's Sleeping Nights, basically. They try to fight Monument and the Swordsman. They fight the raid boss, yada, yada, yada. Things are well done. They beat it. They get their names. It's all good. Asuna gets absolutely nothing for it because the money that they had, they spent on like booze and stuff to party afterwards.
I guess so.
And they forgot to give Asuna any money. They're like, oh no. And Asuna's like, oh, just let me into your, like, can I join your guild? They're like, well, we're going to disband this spring. And she's like, oh, that's fine. And then Yuki's just like, I can't. I'm sorry. And then during the boss fight, Yuki called her One-chan, but she didn't know why. And then Yuki called her that again accidentally. And then Yuki starts freaking out and starts crying and then logs out immediately. And then, like, everybody's faces go, like, really dark. And they're like, we're sorry, we can't let you in this guild. But they don't say why. So, 2 things. Obviously, Yuki's real sister is dead. And something traumatizing happened. And Yuki said Kirito found out her secret. And Kirito said she's fully dived into this game. Don't know what that means. And Kirito also said that her reaction speed is faster than the game allows you to go. So she's gone beyond the limits of the game. which makes me think that she lives in it, but then she logged out, so that doesn't make any sense.
Just makes you think that I don't care what Kirito says.
Also, Kirito's a complete garbage. Who cares? So I had a Soon moment with Kirito. So Kirito's barely been in these episodes, right? Which is so good. I love it when he's not in the show. So Asuna, there was this cool tactical thing where only one party can fight a raid boss at a time, right? So after Asuna's team failed, this other group who was a big guild was trying to get together, but it was going to take them an hour to get their entire party together. So like 5 or 6 of them stood in front of the gate and wouldn't let anybody in. So Asuna's party, the Sleeping Knights, were going to go fight. But then they got reinforcements from the back, and the Kirito, like, he's in the reinforcements, and he, like, jumps in front of them, and he's like, sorry, this area's off limits. But he does it in a really flashy way. And then so I looked at my screen, and I looked away, and I looked back, and I was like, okay, that was really cool. I was like, I don't really want this it's not like I think you're cool or anything, Kirito. Also, Asuna's home life, her mom wants Asuna to transfer out of the school she's in right now with Kirito and go into another school, because the school she's in is really low in terms of academics, and Asuna's actually really smart, so she wants a school that'll challenge her. Asuna doesn't want to leave, as most kids don't, because all her friends are there, right? And then her mom also wants her to get married to some rich dude, because she said it's 4-year career, and Asuna said, I'll marry whoever I want. She said, that's fine, you can reject who I offer you, as long as you marry someone that's up to your status. And she said, that doesn't include Kirito.
What's her status? Is she rich?
Yeah, she's a rich girl. And then Asuna's so funny. So, total burn. This is why I really like Asuna, and Kirito's a piece of crap. So she's leaving after this, like, it's a big argument they have, right? And then she's leaving, and she's like, Mom, you regret your grandma, right? She's like, what? And she's like, you regret them because you weren't born into a rich family, you had to buy yourself into one. And then she, like, closes the door, and then she walks away. It's like, oh, boss.
Because the dad was
drop.
rich, I assume.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, buddy.
Get wrecked. Yeah. So, something to notice by Asuna is that outside of, they're not an SAO, whatever game they're in, outside of the game that they're in, inside the game she's drawn, anime-like. Outside of the game, she's drawn very womanly. She's taller, she's like sleeker, her legs are longer, she's got more of a figure. It's really interesting. I don't know why they do that, but Also, her mom doesn't like her spending time online. So, I mean, typical mom thing.
So it looks like I'm going to be picking this back up.
I honestly cannot believe it's good. And I can't believe they threw Kirito away, but I'm so glad that they did.
What, he's probably going to come back then?
And when he comes back, we drop it.
Okay. Okay.
Akame Ga Kill episode 22, Kill the Little Sisters. This episode sucked. It's boring.
It's really boring.
It's boring as dicks. We all knew what was going to happen.
The little sister was going to... It says in the freaking title of it.
And there's also the problem, is like, oh, I thought Akame was going to die when they, like, did the mutual stab. Here's the thing. They're both characters that we don't care about. So if both of them died, or either of them died, it wouldn't matter.
Fact. Leone.
Best girl.
Best girl.
Please don't die.
No,
I
please.
need you.
Please don't. So this whole episode was... Okay, I'll describe it.
Yep.
There's Akame. Oh, my sister. And then there's Kurame. I'm insane. And then there's Tatsumi. I love Akame. And then there's Wave. I like a dead girl. And then they're fighting. And then Wave's like, stop. And Tatsumi's like, I'm here just in time. And then they stand beside each other. They're like, we hate each other, but let's just watch. And then they kill. And then Wave's holding the dead girl. He's like, I love a dead girl. And then, like, Akame faints. Tatsumi's like, I love you.
She doesn't faint. She cries into his arms. Or
that
whatever.
one.
People are like, oh, she finally showed emotion. Doesn't matter.
And then that was the end of the series. Oh, we also find, or episode, sorry. We also find out.
Did you mention his
Yeah.
series ended like that?
We also find out that blonde angel loser is a spy, and actually wanted all this to happen.
Yeah, he wanted to change the country from the inside out, but meh, nobody cares about him either.
Wow, you're hating on this whole series now.
No, I like the series. I like Wave. Wave is finally questioning everything.
I can't wait for Wave to transfer over. See the dark light side.
The problem is, as soon as he transfers over, he's dead. He's gonna die. No doubt.
No, Wave and Tatsumi, best friends forever.
Yeah, sure.
Just
like Tatsumi and Lubba, right? Best friends forever.
No, they weren't friends. Tatsumi and his old friends who got, like, one girl got raped and the other guy got poisoned. Like, he needs a new friend. He needs a new guy friend. Wave needs to join their crew. There's no guys.
Susanoo's dead. So here's the thing about Lubba. I actually really like Lubba. After his death, he hasn't gotten a single mention. He got a pass, not even his name. They held his goggles. a passing.
Which sucks
mention.
because of how much he loved her. He's like, yeah, thanks for this guy.
He got a passing mention, and then the main time she's like, Susanoo, I really miss Susanoo. You missed the thing that's not even a real person. But the guy who's been following you all these years and been doing all this stuff for you, here's his goggles, guys. We should be a little bit sad. Like, nobody cared. I feel so bad for this guy.
Poor guy.
He oh my god.
So, pretty much, Esteth is insane. To this day, she's still a menace.
She should be.
She's a monster. And so we're running up to the end. When's the end? 24?
Probably 24 or 25.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
So we're getting close.
Esteth, also, she's like, Tatsumi, you escaped of your own will. No, you didn't. He got saved. He didn't escape dick on his own.
You escaped death. Oh, we're meant to be. Oh, whatever.
Did you see how she cut that guy in half? That was pretty brutal.
Ice, and then he went,
That
and I was like, oh, I'm
awesome.
going to see the inside. Nope, blood. Just blood smear.
It was beautiful.
It was pretty gross, though.
Yeah, I like
That was... Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so Akame Ga Kill episode 23 is going to be exciting. I'm interested in it, and it's coming out on this Sunday. So
World Trigger episode 8, Black Trigger.
we're dropping it.
Yeah.
We came to an agreement.
We made a deal.
Okay, we made a deal. I really like Shirobako. Okay,
I don't like Shirobako.
but Shirobako is an interesting anime in that I still want to continue watching it, but it's really difficult to talk about it because there's a buttload of characters. There's not really that much happening, and I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're dropping both World Trigger and Shirobako, but since we're adding Sword Art Online and Seven Deadly Sins,
It bounces.
and I may talk about Kokuri depending on how you react to the stories I tell. Like, we'll see if we cover it.
Okay.
So we might add 3 more, but we're dropping 2. So, yeah, so World Trigger is being dropped because this episode was just, it's so stupid. The padding is dumb.
The padding.
The characters are boring. The art style's ugly.
So padding in one episode is one thing, right? Padding in all the episodes is what the hell's wrong with you? Honestly. What? Don't delete it. We need to still talk. Whatever.
I'm getting ready.
Okay? Yeah, get ready for the deletion. Padding in every single episode is bad design, poor choice, and just shows your ineptitude.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh, what are you thinking? What is wrong with you?
It might have been drawn by Kinoshita from Shirobako. No? That reference? Okay. So,
I don't know who that character
okay,
is.
this episode, he's a fat guy who can't read the storyboards.
Oh,
Okay, so
there's so many characters in that
I know.
song.
I know all of them. I like that series, but whatever. So World Trigger is pretty much boring as knobs. So we have an OP Black Trigger infused with a lot of emotions by his daddy who loves him. Cool.
His trigger copies other triggers. Which is, I mean, it's pretty cool, yeah. It's a Sharingan. It's a Sharingan of triggers.
So then all of a sudden the Border is, stupid name, by the way. Border is like, oh, peaceful adoption with the neighbor. Try to take it from him. That sounds like a really good... You know what, June?
No casualties? Maybe some casualties. All right, let's go with the
Now,
casualties.
June, you go ahead, man. And June's like, oh, I don't see this going well. See what I did there?
Yes. So what you did there. My side effecto.
Ugh.
Another reason to drop the series, I can't stand the way they say that.
Yeah. That's an entire reason. Side effecto. If they had just left that out, we would have continued watching it.
The problem is the action is pretty good,
It's alright.
but it's so few and far in between.
Like, if you were like, okay, there are 2 shonens coming out, World Trigger, Seven Deadly Sins, I would have been like, see ya, World Trigger. You suck. Like, comparatively.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, World Trigger is the color palette is really grim and gray and dark and not that nice. It's not nice to look at. The art style's ugly. The characters are boring. Having an OP person like Kuga is okay, but he's the only one. And it's just not interesting. I'm not even interested for when they...
World Trigger, similar to Nisekoi,
Yeah.
works better as a manga.
Yeah.
Nisekoi for different reasons. World Trigger, because in the manga there's no padding. It goes as fast as you read it. The action is still there, which is great.
But the action
And the
isn't as exciting enough to warrant animation. You know, because you would watch One Piece episodes just to watch fights.
Yeah, it's true.
You would not watch an anime of
Oh yeah,
World Trigger
I'm
just to
never
see
going
a
back.
fight.
I'm never going back to this. Goodbye, World Trigger. You had so much potential. Amagi Brilliant Park, episode 10. Nothing can be done. So I was right about her losing memories. I was wrong about why.
Yeah.
Not a Suzu. She has, like, magical cancer, basically.
Pretty much. She has magical Giga Drain. Just forever.
So she loses life force constantly. She doesn't age, which is a nice side effect, I guess. So she's actually
side effect.
She's actually like, what, 26, 23, 24?
She's old.
She's an adult.
She's old.
Supposedly she's an adult.
Yeah, but she can't act that way because she forgets every year.
Yeah.
And she de-ages every year.
Yeah.
Which, it was brutal because this whole episode, Kanye, he finds out about her problem, that it sucks away all of her mana and that she'll die if the park gets shut down. So he goes beast mode and tries his very dangdest to get everyone on board to a point where he's becoming Hitler and people are hating him.
Yeah.
But he's running out of time.
But people realize that he's freaking out. And even though they get mad, they're understanding.
And Moffel's like, to Isuzu's like, did you actually tell him? And he's like, yeah. He's like, dang it. So then they have a bromance moment on a bench, which is, pretty sweet. And that's when we find out that Latifa is a de-aging, mindless woman every year. And the crappy thing is this was just after Kanye told of him making a promise to her that he'll save her. And it's like a huge punch in the gut because everything he worked for is useless.
Yeah.
Because she's not even going to remember.
This is a problem twofold. If he doesn't succeed, she dies. Even if he does succeed, she'll forget. She'll forget everything.
Yep.
His friendship with her will be completely gone. His somewhat romance with her will be completely gone. Everything.
Now we have, it's the 19th or something in their world. So
they have 10 days.
They have 10-ish days. Okay. And I think the anime is now going to shift towards finding a cure.
But the nice thing is, it's summer break. So their numbers are going to go up by a lot.
Yeah, but even then, he was projecting the numbers and it wasn't matching.
Right. But I don't know what the Triceratops found, but he found something. And whatever it is, it's probably going to help a lot.
I just really hope that Latifa will get healed. Like, I would really suck if this was a relapse. Like the weekday friends or whatever.
Ishukon friends? 1 week friends? Yeah. Oh, I said we never talk about that again. Now we did.
1 week friends.
I broke my promise.
Hey, by the way, those of you who finished the season, is it over, I assume?
Yeah, well...
Okay, how was it?
They told us.
What'd they say?
Yeah, it said she got hit by a car.
Well, no. How did it end? I want to know, how... And then when it ended, how was it? How did you feel about it?
I'm assuming they liked it.
And those of you that are watching the Black Sheep and the Wolf Child, or whatever that one is, with the girl that's like Blue Spring Ride?
Black Prince and Wolf Girl.
That one. What do you guys think of that one so far? We're just interested, seeing as we dropped 2 anime, and I have tons of time.
Oh God, I don't.
So, anyways, I'm interested in where this is going. It can now go twofold ways, where they begin to super focus on the numbers still, or they begin to focus on the curse. And I think it's more going to focus on the curse now.
I was feeling his panic. I don't want her to die either.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at your Christmas tree. I see a Lion King ornament of Simba and Nala hugging.
Yeah.
First of all, lions don't hug that way because it's unrealistic, but it's Disney, so who cares? Second of all, where'd you get it? I want it.
Story. When I was younger, me and my brother, older brother, my mom had given us one of those, or maybe it was part of the family, I don't know. But me and my brother always hung it up first every year. We loved it. We love Lion King, whatever.
Yeah, Lion King's great.
So all of a sudden, one year when I moved out, I set up my own Christmas tree and I looked for that Lion King ornament. I couldn't find it. I'm like, Mom, where the crap's this ornament? She's like, oh yeah, Bryce took it to his house. I was like, no, he didn't. So I was like plotting how to like steal it from my brother and stuff, right? And then Janelle heard my plotting, and that Christmas gave me the Lion King ornament.
She steal it, or
she bought it online.
Oh,
I bet you could just Google Lion King ornament.
I was hoping for like this heist where like she distracts, and then you like very sneakily.
She listened to me and bought it online.
Very sneakily replace it with something else.
This isn't Indiana Jones, man.
Could be.
Could be, but it's not.
Indiana Spencer.
Indiana Bean. Okay, so that's the story.
Just slap you for that. Your Lie in April, episode 9, Resonance. So he finally plays, right?
No.
But we don't even get a full episode.
But just so you know, we have to spend 10 minutes rewatching Emmy's performance.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I actually checked, like, after the flashback and crap. I looked at the time and was like, that was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That's 8 minutes. I was wondering how they pad this out.
I just waited. I waited a week, and I got 8 minutes of the last episode. Dang it.
I mean, it was a good performance and all.
It's true.
But come on.
And it's good to see Emmy's past. I mean, but her past is just so nice.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was super cute.
She wants to be.
It was a pretty good contrast once we saw Kosei's past. She goes on top of the gym. I want to be a musician.
And then she meets her teacher, and she's like, "Can I be someone who makes other people want to play piano?" That's really sweet. And she's a cute girl.
And that's nothing a kid would ever say, but
whatever, maybe it is.
No,
and
no.
Dude, these people are so self-aware in this anime. It's ridiculous.
A kid would never say that.
So she's sucking at piano, but I love the song that she played. She's really good, and it shows in the other characters' faces, like with Takashi and Kosei when they're just staring like whatever.
I also like that when Takashi and Emi were looking at Takashi's the Super Saiyan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I'm just gonna keep calling him that. When the Super Saiyan and Emi are like looking at the music he's playing, they're like, it's not a hard song at all. Like,
yeah.
Why would he pick something so easy?
And then Kaori's just like, roll a pencil. Oh,
that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
And she was like praying for him.
And we were totally right. Give me a high five.
What were we right about?
Kaori is a diseased
cancer.
son of a girl.
Yeah, she's dying. She's dead as dicks, yo.
Dude, we totally called it. Like, we called it like episode 2 or episode 3. We were like, this girl's gonna die.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're like in the bathroom, that girl's mountain of pills? And we're like, yeah, we did.
It's like,
but she's so cute though. She like retains all of that and like sits down and.
She was like praying for Kosei when he just stood there. Also, okay, so his dead mom is freaking creepy. Oh my! Which they're doing the Tokyo Ghoul thing where she just like hangs around his body and like whispers things to him, which is super creepy. But my god, that flashback. She is ridiculous. Not only is she really creepy sitting in a chair, but she beats the crap out of him. That was so hard to watch.
Yeah. Like not only like I'm talking about like just knowing that he's being beat because that's a horrible thing to do to a kid. Absolutely horrendous. The kid doesn't know any better. It made him good at piano, but I mean, come on, you psychopath. I mean, I beat up a chicken nugget, but not to that degree. And then when he was so excited that she showed up to his performance, and then she just beats the crap out of him with a cane and like punches him and makes him bleed and stuff. And then he's like, I wish you would die. He finally snapped. Yeah, and then she died. The problem is that look in his eye. I was like, I want that Kosei. Yeah. And I want him to be here all the time. Because angry, wishing death on you Kosei is so cool and really exciting. Also, so that lady who was wheeling her around, right? And she's like, stop it. Stop beating your kid. Why don't you grab the cane? Right? Because the woman's a goddamn cripple. Just grab the cane from the cancer-ridden bitch and stop her from beating up a little 4-year-old. That's not nice. Don't beat up kids. Yeah. I thought you were saying it was nice for calling her cancer-ridden bitch. Well, I don't like that, but whatever. Anyway, so the performance that he played, apparently Kosei had moments where he actually did express himself through his piano playing. So basically it was like the two Koseis merging. Yeah. So one of them was when he first ever played, and the other time was when his mom beat the crap out of him, was times that he turned into the Kosei that Kaori wants. And the only reason he played well as a kid was to make his mom feel better. Because he loves his mom. What kid doesn't love their mom? He was an innocent kid, man. Innocent kid. But the thing is, that's what bothers me, is that everybody around him, Tsubaki and Kaori and Takashi and Emi, don't understand that this is actually incredibly difficult for him to do. Yeah. To go in front of people and play piano, and everyone's just mindlessly forcing him to do it. It's not really, and they don't understand that he got, like, traumatized, like, ridiculously traumatized. You think it become a knowledge, though, because she beat him in front of everybody. Well, I think, I don't know, maybe Tsubaki would know. I don't know. But aside from that, like, she saw the wounds and stuff, and she probably remembers. But Kaori doesn't know. She knows it's rough, but. Yeah, Kaori doesn't know. So Kaori's gonna die. But Tsubaki and Wakari should. This is a 12-episode series, right? No, 25. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'd be okay if it ended in 3 episodes. Not because I hate the series, but because I think it's done. Oh, I disagree. There's a lot more to do. Interesting. Akatsuki no Yona, episode 9. You scroll too far. Shaking Resolve. So, Inuyasha season 3, as I like to call it. Pretty good. Pretty good so far. We still don't know the handsome guy. Because I didn't write his name down, and it's not on Mal. I don't know what his name is. Just write his name when you're watching the episode. You do that. No. I don't do anything. I fully... What do you don't do anything? I fully emerge. Names is your job. I fully submerge into the series. Ah, you're gay. What? So anyways, Yona wants to learn fighting, and Huck's like, no, your dad said no, but I'll do it anyways. So he taught her how to use a bow, and she's getting all right. She's all right at it, I guess. She's better than me, I'm assuming. I'm better than her, though.
Okay.
I think so. I don't shake when I pull the bow
You
back.
married a family of hunters.
Yeah, it's true. So Yona's learning, and she practices a lot, and her hands are cut. And Handsome Kid's like, "Oh, her hands are cut." And then Handsome Kid's like, "You know what? This is the stupidest part of the series." They're like, Yona and Hawk are like, "Yeah, we're gonna go practice here. We don't know where we are, but you go ahead. Just go ahead. We'll catch up to you." And the guy's like, "Okay." And so he leaves. Obviously gets wrecked, right? Obviously. And then they're like, "Oh, maybe we should look for the Handsome Kid." And so they're like walking, and then they're like, "Oh, it's foggy. I wonder if Handsome Kid got injured because we made him go away." Why didn't Handsome Kid follow them to practice? Like, are they that interested in making progress that they told him to go ahead? Didn't make any sense.
Because if he's around, there's no sexual tension.
What?
What?
What do you mean there's no sexual
There's
tension?
no sexual tension between the two. They can't flirt when when there's three of them.
Oh, you mean that you want there to be sexual tension?
No, I'm saying there is.
I know. I thought you said when he's around, or when he's not around, there can't be sexual tension. And I was like,
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So, I like, he's like, shoot me while I'm dodging, and they do the cartoony kind of jumping around. And I love the cutesy voice that Yona's voice actress does when she's complaining about something.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Just stay still.
Don't move around so much. Let me shoot you.
Yeah, but then he's like, yeah, imagine that I'm Soo-won.
He was bullcrap. He's like, imagine if someone who's trying to kill you, she's like, there's nobody like that. Really? There's an entire nation trying to murder you. How did you?
I don't know. She's dumb, but she's a princess, right? You got to give her that.
Imagine if someone.
And then he just
Yeah,
gets
right.
cut in the face. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if he meant to do that, but now he has a scar, which is pretty cool.
And what's cool is she said, I hate that side of you, but even so, I'll still protect you. Yona, why are you so dense? Figure it out.
She's figuring
Just-
slowly.
Get the, and then you can just get married.
And then, anyway, so Handsome Kid apparently got his clothes taken off of him or something.
I want to see that Chinese wedding, yo.
Okay. So Handsome Kid got taken away. And then Hawk and Yona get cornered by a bunch of arrow people who are like, "Don't move! Stop!" And then
By the way, he blows away, proving how OP he is, of course, blows away an entire fog with a swing of his weapon.
how did you blow away our fog? How did you create the fog? Can we discuss this in the first place? Like, why is it yours? Anyways, whatever.
And then, of course, red hair, she's the reincarnation, so they
is
bow.
she the only ginger in the whole nation?
Okay, how many redhead Chinese girls do you know?
None.
I know exactly 0. So, pretty rare.
Sure. Look at the ginger. She must be a dragon. Because she has no soul.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was the end, and now we're gonna see the big-handed dragon.
Yeah, white-haired dragon. He's the first one.
He must have a rough time. What? Moving on.
He has another hand, it's normal size. So,
So, Grisaia.
what if his dong is dragonborn too? So God, dragon's dong.
Wow, dragon dong. He's dragonborn dong.
Grisaia,
Dong,
See the
dong.
World Tree 2, episode 9. So Makina's stupid.
She dumb.
She's the same age, right, as Yuji?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure she is. All right, but she's a lot dumber than everybody else in the series.
She dumb.
She decides to, waddle her way to get the stupid tree. And then she chokes out an adult, which was actually pretty cool. And then she gets shot. And then she gets stomped on. And then she starts crying. I honestly, I was thoroughly entertained.
I
thought it was pretty
thought
funny.
it was pretty funny that she's getting stomped. I was like,
I'm like, oh, this girl's getting wrecked.
she's like, it hurts. It hurts. I'm like, yeah, it hurts. You got shot in the stomach.
This is what you do when you try to get a stupid tree. It's a tree.
So what pretty much happened was Makina and Yuji. Okay, they asked Yuji to kill her. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then he didn't.
And
do
he
it.
books it.
So then he takes her away and he goes full Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
And just like murders a bunch of people. Then they're in hiding. He does his classic Yuji skills, blows up a bunch of people. Then they make it safely away. Like, yeah, we're safe.
He
and
actually kills a bunch of people.
And then Makina's like, the tree. I mean, do you not see how important this stupid freaking tree is?
It's a symbol of our hope. We have to get it. Otherwise, we can never
So
go
she
back.
wanders. Then she gets stomped. Then Yuji saves her. Then she's in hospital, and mom comes in and goes, your other sister, we're going to give your organs to her. and then,
Her mom is surprisingly young.
yeah.
Like, I figured she'd be a lot older by now. Also, it's revealed that her mom is the one who conspired her dad's death.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna, tell about the corruption and crap. And her mom is also the one who's obviously conspiring her death, Makina's death.
And her sisters or whatever. I don't know what's happening. But, so things are...
Well, how was she gonna kill the sister? What was the point of that?
She wanted to let the inheritance go to her and not the daughters, I guess.
I don't know.
Whatever. Anyways, it's all convoluted. So it ends up where the girl leaves something and she's like, I need to get the stupid tree, Wait, no, I did that
You already
already.
talked about that. So basically, Yuji's like, I got this.
Yeah.
And then he does this hilarious, like, hillbilly Japanese accent.
The accent.
Which I love. And then he just hands his secretary a box. She opens the box, says, don't move or I'll kill you. He pulls a gun at her. Knocks the secretary out, shoots Makina's mom. Makina's mom's like, wait, let me... and then she gets shot up, and then Yuji's like, okay, peace, and he leaves.
And then he leaves, and then it's like, on the radio, it's like,
The man who shot the woman is dead, and he died. So I hope the audience believes that Yuji's dead, because we're trying really hard to make it believe that Yuji's dead.
and then we're like, yeah, okay. And then,
Makina walks away on crutches, and then Yuji picks her up in a taxi.
yeah,
And
and
they
Julia's
leave.
like, all like, oh, this is a great place for us, lol, 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 oh, hey, Yuji. And I'm like, well, you know what? For a second, I believe that Yumiko died, okay, in the couple episodes back when she got wrecked and she was like a dead body.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I believe she died. Not for a single second did I believe that Yuji was dead.
Yeah, I wasn't even close to believing.
So then they all come back and everyone's loving each other and I want to have Amani's curry or something and it's like, yay. But you need to tell your side of the story.
I don't want to say it, though.
Oh, okay,
It's
I
a
guess
spoiler.
Just spoil it then.
Okay,
Put a tag.
it's a spoiler warning. This is another spoiler warning I'm going to have to give I'm going to have to write in the description, especially for the Naruto one, because we talked about after it.
Yeah.
So, this is not at all how it ended in the VN. Let me tell you how it ended in the VN. If you don't want to know, skip ahead. In the VN, it's very similar. The exception is you don't go back to school. You have two choices. Shoot the mom, don't shoot the mom. If you shoot the mom, you kill her. And she's dead. And then you die because you can't escape security. Yuji may be an agent, but he's not a god like he is in the anime. So he gets shot by her security and dies. If he doesn't shoot her, it gives him enough time to escape with just a wound in his arm. His arm gets shot and it has to be amputated. So he becomes one-armed. And he's like Gohan. So, and then regardless of the ending, you get with Makina, kind of. In the ending where he doesn't die, he and Makina open like a bed and breakfast place, and then she becomes the next 9029, and then like she's doing all the agent stuff because he was training her the whole time, like they were showing in the anime. In the other ending, where you decide to kill the mom and you die, Makina goes insane because she can't stand losing another dad, bags your body in trash bags, opens a bed and breakfast, plops your body at the entrance of the bed and breakfast, and talks to you like you're still alive. And she's also
In the
pregnant.
garbage bag?
Yeah, and she's also pregnant with your kid.
But
And then she dies
with the kid still.
with the kid inside her.
How did she die?
She gets shot.
Oh my freaking goodness. No, talk about the third ending.
There's the third ending. So the anime's gone a very different route, and the majority of comments were like, "I really like this ending. It's so much better than what happened in the novel."
It's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you get
Actually, okay, the weird thing is in the VN, none of the girls went back to school. They're just doing that to tie everything up for the
Yep.
anime. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to entice you to play their VN, which makes sense.
I mean, Yuji did say the thing the beginning of Michiru's route. This is just a small snapshot. You should go read the whole thing, which still makes me angry.
So apparently you were telling me of this canon ending.
Oh yeah, there's like a non-canon ending where he actually rapes her mother instead of killing her. So there's that. That was not canon though.
And then what happens afterwards?
I don't know.
Oh, they probably just focused on that.
Nobody talks about what happens after. They just say he raped her.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
So, Supernatural Battles Episode 9, Girls Approach. This episode, from a dramatic standpoint, was really good. I really like how Hatako sits down and confesses her feelings to...
Tomoyo?
Right.
I have tags.
But I'm sorry.
Time Girl.
Right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're not right at all. What?
Your pride is next level.
Tomoyo. So she confesses to Tomoyo. Tomoyo confesses the fact that she writes stories. Who cares? It's revealed that Ando's power is destructive, so much so that it like wrecks his own body, and everybody's telling him not to use it, which obviously means that in the final episodes, Ando's gonna release his evolved power and he's gonna
Heck,
own.
yes, I'm happy that Ando actually has a power worth anything. And I told you that it would be like something painful. It wasn't actually painful in his arm like I thought, but it was something so much that all the girls told him to shut up and never talk about using it again.
Yeah.
Like got super serious, told her to shut up. Now the one thing that I'm interested in is we're back to normal supernatural battles and we totally ditched the other world.
That's the issue, is the whole time I was watching this and I was really enjoying it. I was like, man, I really like this anime. And then I was like, I really want to know what Luciferst is doing right now.
But we did get to see a little sight about what their company's doing. I mean, we have Video Game Boy and
Yeah, we got
Cutesy Girl.
We got the lame characters.
And they're like, Somebody escaped from the building. Delete. and I was like, oh, but they're not going to clear the trash can. Delete the trash can. I was like, these guys, they know. They're one of those, like, Chrome history deleters, aren't they?
They use private browsing.
Oh, incognito. Yeah.
But we got a snapshot into the lamest characters from that entire thing. We didn't get to look at System, or the girls in love with Lucifer, or Lucifer himself, or even the fairy. We got the computer kid.
Rieter, and Hitomi is
I don't care what their names are.
Oh.
We got the computer nerd, and then we got...
Nurse girl.
I don't even know who the other one was.
Nurse Chan. Okay, so look. In this series, what happened? Wasn't,
So
Chifuyu was sad, right?
she's finally figured out that she's in love.
Yeah.
She's finally coming to terms with her own feelings, but she doesn't really understand them because she's a kid. It makes sense. So that means everybody's in love with him now.
She does the freaking most annoying girl thing
Chifuyu?
on the planet.
What did she do?
The stupid curry thing. Like, Ando had no chance.
Curry
That was a one-hit KO
What did she
for
do?
girls versus boys. She's like, Ando, is curry a meal? And he's like, yeah. But it's with rice, right? Yeah, with rice. Yeah, it's a meal. Oh, so, what are you doing this summer? Chifu, do you by any chance want me to invite you to come hang out with us in the summer? Yes, I'd really like that, says Chifu. You don't remember that at all?
No. How is that a girl thing?
Because she totally was just dodging the whole subject and tried to be super confusing. She should have just straight up said, can I hang out with you in the summer?
Oh.
But she was like, you know about curry and how it needs rice? And how you're like curry and I'm like rice?
I'm not going to lie. I was really wanting curry.
Yeah, so was I.
The entire time they were talking, I was like, man, curry sounds really good right about now.
So that's pretty, the only girl, oh yeah, and then we all of a sudden meet,
Creepy dude
in the bathroom.
goes into the girls' bathroom.
With Sayumi, is that right?
Yeah, throws away her glasses, which is, I mean, I think that's grounds for her kicking his ass, but she doesn't do it.
That's really rude, by the way.
It's horribly rude.
Yeah.
Glasses are expensive. And then he's like, he says some bullcrap about a heroine with glasses never gets the guy or some crap like that. She's like,
Way to break the fourth wall
Yeah.
a bunch of times.
You're in love with Ando. He's like, I'll help you get him.
He's like, I want you to be the main girl here, okay? And I'm like, what?
I'm kind of conflicted because I really like Tomoyo.
I bet he's a fairy.
He might be. He's a pretty tall fairy.
Well, I mean, he could disguise himself. I've never seen this guy before. Have you?
Yeah, he's the guy who doesn't get along with Ando. But everybody says they get along with him well. He's the guy who's obsessed with anime.
Oh, him. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't even... He showed up once?
He shows up a couple times.
Oh, I don't even remember him, so there's that.
I mean, I didn't remember that entire conversation, so. So yeah, that's happening. Man's got a lot of balls to go in the girls' washroom, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
I've gone in the girls' washroom a couple times, completely by accident. It's just a washroom. It's never as
There's
nice.
just a severe lack of urinals.
That's what it is. It's never as nice as it looks like in TV shows and anime.
Yeah.
Like the first time I accidentally wandered into one, I was like, where's the urinals? Oh, I'm in the wrong washroom. I was like, wait, this is it?
There's
like-
just a bunch of stalls.
I was like, there's no couch, there's nothing.
Yeah,
I actually like the boys' washroom a lot better.
me too.
Because we have urinals. It's useful.
Yeah, it is. It's in and out. So, that was Supernatural Battles.
Yep.
I'm interested for it to get a little more exciting. But drama side, things are coming to a head because Ando apparently is the most lovable guy in the universe and is
I mean, he's pretty lovable.
worth fighting for.
Oh, yeah, and then Tomio's the one who convinced him to keep going Chuni when she was Chuni.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That's funny. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like her reaction and I love how they didn't talk about it ever
Yeah.
or flash back. They were just like, ah, and she ran away and he's like,
Oh, your Chuni's so embarrassing. I can't even finish the story.
Yeah, that's good.
Shirobako episode 9. What do you think I was trying to say? I'll tell you what I was trying to say. I don't want to watch the series anymore.
So, I'll talk about it. Pretty much, we got to look at Toto, Misa girl, and she's stuck in a CG company who makes cars exclusively.
I like the situation that they tell you about because it's extremely realistic. They get steady work, but it's all the same. But because it's steady, you get good benefits. There's a number of employees. You have job security.
And the market knows them as the car people. And if you become known as the car people, you don't branch out into other things. It's like watching Steve Carell do that boxing movie that he's going to do. Like
He's doing a boxing movie?
He's like the hardcore coach in a boxing movie.
Oh, okay.
You just don't do that. Like, you're Steve Carell. It's
you
like
do comedy and nothing
that's
else.
like Mr. Bean, you know? And he tried to with that, like, the agent show that he did that one time where he was like an agent and he actually talked. And he'd
I
go,
feel like I watched that.
I don't know, whatever.
I'm pretty sure I
Rowan
watched
Atkinson. People, you're typecast, okay? But some people are good at doing a bunch of various different roles. I mean, did you watch Interstellar yet?
that. No.
Okay, I'm not going to say
I have nobody to watch it with.
I'll watch it with you again. Anyways, so she's stuck in a company where she feels, because all these girls' goals is to make their Seven Heroes, whatever, anime again.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma is not even in the picture yet. Okay, am I wrong? Did I change that up?
Emma's the key animator.
Frick, I haven't changed that yet. Doesn't matter. We're not talking about it anymore. So Midori is not even entered into.
Voice actress, right? Oh no, scriptwriter.
She's a scriptwriter, so it's reversed.
Right.
So Midori hasn't even entered into the anime yet. She's just loafing around doing school in English or something. I don't know. There's Sakaki-chan senpai, who sucks at voice acting. She like panics so much.
Her nerves get the better of her.
Yeah, all the time. So she's not even close. Miyamori is stuck in a ridiculously bad situation where she can't figure out this episode because she has to now animate hundreds of galloping horses that fly away with jet sonic wings and stuff.
This director is absolutely
Or
terrible.
Kinoshita. I like the ending though. I like the ending. It's a good ending.
I like how passionate he was when he was talking. Here's the problem with this anime. I only watched half of it because I got halfway into the episode and then I opened a new tab and then I went and read it and I didn't go back.
Yeah.
Because I was so bored.
Well, how did you watch that part then?
Well, I flipped back at the end because I heard him yelling and I was like, oh, something important must be happening. So I did go back. I lied to you. That's a big problem. If the greatest sin an anime can commit is to be boring. And Shirobako has committed that sin.
Well, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not bored with it.
I know you aren't, but I am. My mind was blown that I found Sword Art better than this. That Sword Art actually, even when Sword Art was bad, it entertained me at the very least. Sometimes.
I want to see what happens. Like, I like how realistic this is and how they're actually having real struggles, and I want to see what happens.
To this day, I only know 2 characters in this series: Emma and Midori.
I know lots of
Miyamori.
them.
Okay, I guess I only know 1 character. I know Emma. That's it.
Yeah, Miyamori, Donut Girl.
I'm done. I'm done with this series.
So we're gonna stop talking about it, but it doesn't mean that I'm dropping it. I'm watching it still. Neither of us are watching World Trigger.
I was thinking about continuing, but no, forget it.
Okay, so Kokuri, I watched Kokuri-san, and okay, so I'm just pretty much going to explain in the long run what happens. So this girl, okay, she's still a doll. She's really cute though, but she's a doll. And Kokuri is a fox whose only attribute is that he's good looking, but everyone makes fun of him for that because no girls actually like him in the series. And he's good at housework. Okay, so he's good looking and good at housework. That's it. So next episode, we meet Inugami, who is a dog spirit, who comes in and apparently the girl, I don't even remember what her name is, but the doll girl, I would probably remember it, but she...
Isn't Kokuri?
No, Kokuri's the fox.
Oh.
So the dog spirit apparently was like a dog who was stuck in a box, but no one took care of him. And
Aww.
the doll girl took care of him sometimes, and he fell in love with her, but then he died. And then he became a spirit, and now he's haunting her. And he tricked her into... Because this girl loves ramen, or cup noodle, to know, like, to the next level. Like, anything cup noodle will just trick her. She gets better as it goes on. So Dog is now haunting her, and Dog and the fox fight a lot. But the funny thing about the dog is he flips back and forth between female and male all the time because he doesn't know what his gender is really.
All right.
But both sides are in love with the girl, and he will, like, she, they continually refer to him as he, but he will push to, like, get alone time with the girl all the time to be lovers and stuff and, like, take baths together. And Kokuri, in the way that he yells all the time, just gets so mad at him. Okay, then we meet the third edition, who's an old drunken raccoon who, like, transforms into this, like, womanizing, like, older gentleman. But all the animals transform into animal form, cute animal form, and adults often. So the raccoon is now in love with the female side of the dog, but then hates the male side of the dog. And so every time the female side of the dog comes up, he, like, goes crazy, right? So they're, like, there's all these interactions happening. Everyone thinks he's a slacker, but he actually causes curses to happen to people that he's living with.
The raccoon?
The raccoon. I don't know why, because he's haunting them, so he's making them get riches, but sometimes they fall apart. Just like the dog, when he haunts a family, they become really prosperous, but then they might fall apart by any chance. Kokuri's also really obsessed with how he looks, and his fur is falling out because he's getting really stressed by these two guys in the household. Whatever. Then a fourth character gets introduced who's a cat who doesn't really live with them, but she kidnaps the little doll girl because she thinks that he's a nice macabre doll, like those really ugly, creepy looking dolls. She kidnaps them. They have a whole episode where all the fox and the dog and the raccoon are trying to break through a barrier. It's really funny. It doesn't work. And the girl wins. And then at the girl's school, there's an alien named, I think it's Yamada-kun, and he looks like a legit alien, but everyone treats him like normal, and Kokuri's like, this guy's an alien! And he's like, no. The way he introduces himself, the girl says, totally buys it that he's a human. He goes, I am a ningen. And he sounds like E.T. and then whatever. And he's no. And then he rides home with people all the time. And then he greets the guy and he rides home on a bicycle past the moon. It's really funny, just like the gags. And then Kokuri stumbles upon a box. This is recent in the storage of the girl, in the back storage room of the girl, and he gets turned into a girl because they keep asking Kokuri to turn into a girl. They're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I like being a man or whatever. And then
so they can flip at will.
Yeah. So he becomes a girl, and he's like, oh no, oh yeah, and he's really attracted by himself, but he's like, no, now I'm legitimately a girl, because it's funny because they showed his daily life after he became a girl and nothing changed. He still used hair product. He still put on face stuff after he was done. He still cleaned the house. He was legitimately a girl. So the only thing that was changed was his gender, and everyone was kind of laughing. So then they go to a hot springs town that apparently had a hot springs that would transform him back to a woman. So they're relaxing, chilling.
Man.
There's some hot springs things going on. Yeah, back into a man. Him and the raccoon go out and try to find the thing. And the raccoon's totally romancing him to a point where the Kokuri almost falls for him, and they're just about to kiss. And then just as he almost kisses, he transforms back into a guy, and then they kiss, and then they both vomit. And apparently the curse, he kept trying to find out about the curse, and every time he did, it was you're stuck like this forever, lol. And it's oh, there's nothing you can do, lol. That was all they did. But apparently the way to break the curse was just before you had an intimate moment with the other sex. It would break. And then I believe that was the most recent episode, was the end of that Hot Springs episode.
I want to watch this now.
It's actually pretty enjoyable. What I was, we might cover it if you want to, but I marathoned it because it was pretty addicting and funny. There's some dry moments, but all the characters and how they all react to each other are really funny, especially with the girl and when she transforms into the actual human. And I love the intro. Kokuri-san. And it's really funny because I don't know what the crap the characters are saying in Japanese, but they're I like it. I want to talk about this series. I challenge you to watch it, and maybe we'll cover it.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
It's funny. It's pretty funny. And it's got enough sketchy stuff and funny stuff that you'd probably stay interested in. I love how that's
banking on the fan service.
Yeah, I'm banking on it. So that's pretty much it.
That's all we got for today.
So in this episode of James Brown Podcast, we drop World Trigger. We stop talking about Shirobako. We add Seven Deadly Sins. We add Sword Art Online, and we might add Kokuri. So there you go, guys. That's what happens when I graduate. More time.
Woo.
Woot. Okay, that's it. That was the shortest podcast to date.
Oh, for a while. We've been running 2 hours for a long time.
Well, the thing is, we usually talk half an hour longer about our lives.
That's true.
It's true. We talked about solely anime, and we got it down to an hour and 30.
It's good.
It's good.
Especially since we have to go to work soon.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I'm Roger James Brown.
And I'm Spencer James and Brown.
We'll see you guys next week with another podcast.
And I wasn't coughing. Yay! Okay, bye.
Bye.